this is Kai Fisher welcoming you along to Malmo in Sweden for this third and decisive test match between Sweden and Denmark. There you see in the caption the two test matches so far. In Denmark, Halstead 3 days ago, the Danes victorious by 63 points to 44. And then just last night in Vetlanda, the Swedish team bounced back to form with a victory by 65 points to 42. A quick check on the two lineups. There we see Erik Gunnarsson, his team manager this evening. Hans Nielsen at 1, Gert Hamburg at 2, Janno Petersen 3, Brian Carter 4, John Jorgensen 5, Tommy Knudsen, nice to see him back in test match arena, and Bo Peterson is their meeting reserve. That's the lineup representing Denmark. For the host nation, of course, Sweden, Per Jonsson, the world champion, 1, Tony Rickardsson 2, Henrik Gustafsson 3, Mikael Blitz 4, Jimmy Nilsson 5, Erik Stenlund 6, and their reserve, who could be very dangerous indeed, Connie Everson at number 7. That's the two lineups, all to ride for here in Malmo, the industrial south of Sweden, and the weather's good. We hope the action will be just as fast and furious. We look forward then to heat number 1, and there we see in the red helmet colour, of course, the current world champion Per Jonsson. He rides in the red helmet colour. His partner in blue will be Tony Rickardsson, having one hell of a season in England and Scandinavia this year. Safely through to the World Championship, where he goes forward as reserve for the semi-final stages. And for Denmark in white, 3 times world champion Hans Nielsen, and his partner in yellow and black will be Gert Hamburg. So the scene then is set for what we hope will be a fitting climax to this test match series. Of course, last season, you may recall, Sweden were victorious on all 3 occasions, a complete whitewash of the Danes. We saw the one here on Screen Sport from the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg. This time it's the third and final one. So the two so far have been in Halstead in Denmark on Monday evening, Vetlanda on Tuesday. Here we are in Malmo, Vetlanda on Wednesday, here we are in Malmo on Thursday evening. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is heat number 1. Jonsson red, Rickardsson blue, Nielsen white, and Hamburg in yellow and black. So drive into the first turn, and it's Hans Nielsen and Per Jonsson as expected. Fast and furious, but it's just Jonsson with his nose in front. So the world champion with number 1 on his back leads for Sweden. Hans Nielsen tucked in behind him in second place. And they really are going very, very fast and furious around this Malmo circuit. Two riders who no doubt feature very, very strongly in the World Individual Quest later in the season here on Screen Sport. Tony Rickardsson in third place and Gert Hamburg in fourth. But just look at Nielsen getting closer. Jonsson with a very, very smooth style which brought in that superb world title in Bradford Zoltel Stadium last September. He leads from Hans Nielsen, 3 times victor of the individual scene and so many times on team and pair championships. So Jonsson, is he looking set for 3 points in this opening race? More importantly, his partner's in third place, so it'll be a slight advantage to Sweden very, very early on. Coming up then to take the way, it's Jonsson that wins. Second place for Hurricane Hans Nielsen, and in third place is Tony Rickardsson. So straight away it's a heat advantage to the Swedish team. 3 points to Per Jonsson, 1 to Tony Rickardsson, they get 4. And of course Denmark get 2 for finishing second. Just to recall, 3 points for a win, 2 for second, 1 for third. All the bikes 500cc, registering something around about 65 brake horsepower, and it's Per Jonsson who wins the opening race. So heat number 2, Henko Gustafsson in red, his partner Mikael Blitz having a fine season after having a season off last year in 1990. He's in blue. For the Danes, Janno Petersen white, and Brian Carter is in yellow and black. Sweden leading by 4 points to 2. This is heat number 2. Green light goes on, the tapes rise, and into that first turn they're all going to drive. Carter lifts and loses ground, and it's Janno Petersen from the outside, Henko Gustafsson from the inside, and Petersen drives round the young Swede. So Janno Petersen leads from Henko Gustafsson second. Mikael Blitz third, and Brian Carter, who locked going into the first turn, lifted rather going into that first turn, left for dead. In this quality field you just can't afford to make that sort of mistake. So Petersen leads, one of the smallest riders in the world of Speedway and one of the fastest as well. Leads from Henko Gustafsson second, Mikael Blitz third, and Brian Carter fourth. So the Tony Dane, who has been so unlucky with injuries, we'll talk more about that later on in the meeting, but he's certainly riding the storm here in heat number 2 on a well-prepared Malmo circuit. But the Swedes tucked in nicely behind him. They're in second and third place respectively. But it's going to be Jan Pedersen who gets a win. Pedersen gets the checker flag. He gets the 3 points for Denmark. 2 for Henkel Gustafsson in second place. And Mikael Blitz, his partner, is in third place. So heat number 2 is a drawn race. 3 points to Sweden and 3 points to Denmark. And a look at the old scoreboard after 2 rides, see that Sweden still hold a slight advantage due to that first race. It's Sweden 7 and Denmark 5. So into the fray for heat number 3, which sees Jimmy Nilsson ride in red for Sweden. His partner in blue, of course, the double world ice racing champion, Erik Stenlund. Perhaps a little bit of a surprise call for Erik in this test match. For Denmark, white is John Jorgensen, just raising his arm, asking the referee whereabouts the green light is. And in yellow-black, nice to see this fella back in test match fray. There he is, Tommy Knudsen. Missed a couple of seasons due to a terrible back injury in Australia, but now back with the Coventry Bees in the British League, and of course with Denmark in the test match series. This is heat number 3. Up go the tapes, and into that turn they roar. The Swedish pair got there first. Stenlund was the first one to show, but Jimmy Nilsson, his partner, is with him. So the cheers to the crowd ring out in Malmo. It's the Swedish pair of Stenlund just from Jimmy Nilsson in second place, and this pair of course rode race for Stockholm United for several seasons before Stenlund moved on to Halstavik. So Stenlund just with his nose in front from Jimmy Nilsson second, Tommy Knudsen third. But it looks like this Swedish pair are set for maximum points in heat number 3. Stenlund looks over his shoulder, sees that his partner's behind him, and Jimmy Nilsson will do his utmost to keep those Danes at the back and let his partner go on in front. He's well aware of where his partner is. It's all a question of keeping those 2 Danes in third and fourth position. So down the back straight for the final time, Erik Stenlund looking for a good win here in heat number 3. The smooth style of Mr. Crazy Horse. It's Erik Stenlund that gets a win. Jimmy Nilsson in second place, and for the Danes, Tommy Knudsen getting the minor third place. So a 6-point gap already between the 2 sides, with that 5-1 maximum advantage to Sweden. It's now Sweden on 12 and Denmark on 6. And there he is, Erik Stenlund, the winner of heat number 3. So we now move on to heat number 4, which sees Henrik Gustafsson in red and Mikael Blitz in blue for Sweden. For Denmark, Hans Nielsen white and Gert Hamburg is in yellow and black. That's the full lineup for heat number 4. Starter marshal just calling in Mikael Blitz a bit closer to the line. He's now content. The green light now shows. Oh, and Blitz goes into the tapes a little bit too keen to get away, Mikael Blitz. So the blue helmet light, or the blue light on the board, comes up, so Mikael Blitz is excluded for touching the tapes, which riders are. So Mikael Blitz sadly excluded from heat number 4 for touching the tapes. Well, he's had such a great season so far with the Peterborough Panthers in the Division 2 of the Sunmar League in England. So he's excluded. So 3 riders only coming into the line for the restaging of heat number 4, which puts a bit of pressure on Henkel Gustafsson. The only Swede in this race, he's in red, sandwiched between Hans Nielsen on the outside in white and Gert Hamburg in yellow-black on gate number 2. So heat number 4, 12-6 in Sweden's favour. The green light's on, and away they drive from the start, and Henrik Gustafsson drives into that first turn. Hamburg is with him, but Gustafsson just with his nose in front. Down the back straight, Henkel Gustafsson leads, Hamburg second, Hans Nielsen third. Hans Nielsen slightly caught out there as the tapes rose. He was just going backwards from the tapes, and as the tapes went, it was always going to be either good Gustafsson or Hamburg who got to that first turn, but it was for Sweden's favour. It was this fellow in the red helmet, Henkel Gustafsson, from the peaceful setting of Kumla, where of course he led them to the Swedish Elite Championship last season. Rides for Kings Lynn in England and just about everywhere else in the world. Very sought after young rider, but he's coming up with graceful ease in heat number 4. Down the back straight for the final time. Henrik Gustafsson leads from Gert Hamburg and Hans Nielsen. So a drawn heat. Heat number 4 is Gustafsson takes the race. In second place is Gerd Hamburg, and his partner Hans Nielsen is in third place. So there we are. Henrik Gustafsson gets the 3 points, 2 to Hamburg and 1 to Hans Nielsen. A drawn heat, 3 points apiece. Still 6 points between the two sides. It's Sweden 15 and Denmark 9, and Henrik Gustafsson a good winner of heat number 4. So into the line for heat number 5, and for this one, Jimmy Nielsen is in red and Eric Stenn in blue. Of course, a 5-1 to this pairing in heat number 3. The opposition is Jano Peterson white. There he is, the Otto Weiss sponsored rider, and his partner yellow black is Brian Carger. That's the full lineup for heat number 5. 15 plays 9 in Sweden's favour. And Stenn again from the outside, and got a good win from this position last time. So the green light goes on. Up go the tapes of the way they roar, and Carger's got a good start, so is Stenn. Stenn leads into the turn. Stenn on the outside, Carger on the inside, and Carger moves through swiftly in the first place. So Brian Carger for Denmark comes through the inside of Erik Stenlund. Jimmy Nielsen third, but just look at Jano Peterson coming around the outside of Jimmy Nielsen. That's where the battle lies at the moment for the minor places. Nielsen still holds on at the moment, but Brian Carger setting sights for home. Well, Carger has really had a bit of a mixed season. Been released by his British club Swindon for lack of form. Perhaps a little bit unlucky, but that's Speedway. He leads heat number 5. Still it is Stenlund second and Jimmy Nielsen third, and Jano Peterson isn't finished yet. Trying the outside line on Jimmy Nielsen. We're now on the last lap of what has been a very, very breathtaking race here in Malmo. And still it is Peterson who's trying everything he knows to get round Jimmy Nielsen. Stenlund knows what's going on. Just look at this battle now as Peterson comes up alongside him, and Stenlund just... Oh, what a race to the line. It's going to be Brian Carger's win, there's no doubt whatsoever about that. But it's going to be a question of what the referee says on that one. We get the nod for Erik Stenlund in second, and that means Jano Peterson third, so a 4-2 heat advantage to Denmark, which reduces the arrears to 17 to Sweden and 13 to Denmark. Just look at Peterson coming around the outside now. He takes this moment of the lead. Stenlund is not sure what's going to happen, so he slows up and then realises what's gone on and just gets to that flag in second place. But a great ride from Jano Peterson to secure third place. Well, nice to see Erik Stenlund, and I'm sure everybody in Speedway wishes Erik good fortunes as he leads his side into test match action. It's nice to know that he's still involved with the sport that he gave so many years to in the early 80s. So there we are, heat number 6 is next. Per Janssen red, Tony Rickardsson blue, John Jorgensen white, and Bo Peterson coming in the yellow and black. Green lights on. Up go the tapes, and those engines roar into the turn. And the first one to show is Per Janssen, and coming underneath him is Tony Rickardsson, and yellow flag is Bo Peterson there as well. They're all there fighting away. It's all action in heat number 6. But it's Tony Rickardsson that leads the pack. Tommy Knudsen second. John Jorgensen third in that order. Per Janssen at the back, and then can he make up ground on Peterson? Just look at Janssen come through with sweet style. Janssen is through. So Janssen has made up ground, tremendous ground, and come through. Jorgensen still in second place with number 6 on his back. Now listen, Janssen has come through to second place. So Per Janssen has come through with such delight. No doubt about the leader, that's Tony Rickardsson, but Per Janssen has bided his time as a world championship champion with Hondo he is, and come through to take second place behind Tony Rickardsson. What a great ride from Per Janssen. So maximum 5-1 heat advantage to the Swedish team. 3 to Tony Rickardsson, 2 to Per Janssen, and that extends their lead now to 22 points to 14, and a great 5-1 from the Swedish pairing in heat number 6. Per Janssen coming from 4th to 2nd, and Tony Rickardsson winning all the way from the start. So the Swedish team spirit showing evidence there as they pack their riders coming through, and there we take a look at the scoreboard after heat number 6. Per Jonsson on a paid maximum 5, Tony Rickardsson 2, Henke Gustafsson 5, Mikael Blitz 1, of course he's been excluded for a time exclusion, Jimmy Nielsen 2 on a bonus, Eric Stenlund 5, and Connie Everson still yet to ride. So total for Sweden after 6 races, 22 points. They're definitely in the driving seat. Let's take a look then at Denmark. And Hans Nielsen 3 in a bonus from his 2 outings, Gert Hamberg 2, Jano Peterson 4, Brian Carger that 1 win, he's on 3, John Jorgensen failed to score, Tommy Knudsen 1, and Bo Peterson coming up for that ride in heat number 6, he's on 1 point. So total 14, so Sweden leading Denmark by 22 points to 14. Clive Fisher saying join us after the break for more Test Match Speedway.
Screen Sport, more choice. Motorsport a go-go. 4 wheels, 3 wheels, 2 wheels, 1 wheel, no wheels. They all go for it on Go. And this week there's 250cc Grand Prix motocross from Belgium, rallying from the Netherlands, and a preview of this year's Scheveningen Beach Race. Tomorrow at 8 on Screen Sport.
Het kereltje toch. Nog altijd op zoek naar die overdreven onverwachte smaak. Van koetje zitten en peertje pesten. Hou er op met zoeken, gringo. Hup, naar huis. En proef die drink uit Hooghout Country. Hooghout, de beste gaanjenever van de hele wereld uit Grun.
A healthy brand can ride out a recession. By preserving its momentum, it can bounce back. But in past recessions, too many companies removed a key generator of that momentum. They stopped advertising. Following the 1981 recession, an analysis of AGB data found that the worst performing brands had cut their advertising budgets. The 15 top performing brands had all increased their advertising spend. The losers believed they couldn't afford to go on advertising. The winners knew they couldn't afford not to.
Suppose we took identical twins with spots. We washed one daily in ordinary soap and water, and the other in Biactol, which helps prevent spots by unclogging pores and killing bacteria. Spot the difference. Biactol, and new sensitive skin Biactol. It laughs in the face of spots and spanks the bottom of pimples.
So welcome back to Malmo, the industrial south of Sweden, for this third and final test match. 22 plays, 14 in Sweden's favour. Just to recall, it's a deciding test match. Denmark with 1 victory in Holsted on Monday, and Sweden last night gaining the equaliser in Vetlanda. This is heat number 7, Jimmy Nielsen in red, Eric Stenlund, who's been in fine form so far, in blue, Hans Nielsen in white, and Gert Hamberg in yellow and black. That's the way they are for heat number 7. Green lights on, the tapes go up, and straight away it's Jimmy Nielsen on the outside, but Gert Hamberg on the inside of him. So Hamberg takes Nielsen out, and through comes Hans Nielsen, who looks now for his partner. A good manoeuvre by Gert Hamberg there. On gate number 3, pushes Jimmy Nielsen out very, very wide, and now the Danes, who are so good at team riding, his Hamberg comes up the outside of Hans Nielsen, and he just looks as though he's got him on a piece of string. So Hamberg leads, Hans Nielsen second, Stenlund now come through the third, and Crazy Horse from Sweden, who is likely to be the one who puts pressure on these two. He's rode superbly well in them so far with 5 points from his 2 outings. But still it is Hamberg that leads, and this, if they can hold on, will put Denmark way back into this test match. Currently 8 points adrift of Sweden. This would reduce it to 4 points if they can hold on. Hamberg leads, Nielsen looks over his shoulder, sees that Stenlund is in 3rd place. But Gert Hamberg in the yellow and black helmet colour, he comes up to take the win, and more importantly for Denmark, it's Hans Nielsen that finishes in 2nd place, and Eric Stenlund 3rd. So a maximum heat advantage to Denmark, 1 to Sweden, 5 to Denmark, and just look, 4 points between the two sides after 7 races. It's Sweden now on 23, and Denmark getting closer on 19 points. But there he is, the yellow and black helmet colour, Gert Hamburg, who's the winner of heat number 7. Heat number 8, and there the captain of Sweden with surely things on his mind now, seeing Denmark come back into this meeting. Per Jonsson with the red helmet colour, Tony Rickardson blue, Janno Peterson white, and Brian Carger in yellow and black. Well, Brian Carger was dropped, as I told you earlier, by Swindon recently, and it's fair to say he's been struggling with form, but he looked very, very impressive indeed in heat number 5. Let's see if he can repeat the dose in heat number 8. 23 plays 19. The green light goes on, and away they drive, and Carger gets a terrific drive from the outside gate 4, looks over his shoulder, sees that Peterson is with him, and the Swedes are left for dead, and all of a sudden Denmark are back into this test match with a bang. Well, Eric Gunnarsson must have been having a few... Oh, Peterson lifts, puts that machine back down on the floor. Eric Gunnarsson must have been having 1 or 2 words to say to this team, because they really are flying from the start to the heat number 7 and now in heat number 8. And it's Carger leads in yellow and black. Peterson, Janno Peterson in second place. And the Danes, always dangerous if they make the start. And Rickardson comes through to third place over Per Jonsson, who trailing in third place at the moment, in fourth place, which is not very often seen by viewers on screen sport. But it's Carger and Peterson for Denmark, who look set for maximum heat advantage in heat number 8. And this would level the scores if they can hold on. Round the final 2 turns, it's Carger who takes the win. Second place, Peterson, and in third place, Rickardson. So another 5-1 heat advantage to the Danes, and just look, they're pleased with life, aren't they? Carger and Peterson shaking hands, and that just means that the scores are level. After 8 races here in Malmo, it's Sweden 24, Denmark 24. So the action continues with heat number 9, and Henrik Gustafsson rides in red. Mikael Blitz comes out. Let's hope he doesn't touch the tapes this time. Sweden wants to get back into this match. The opposition, John Jorgensen in white and Tommy Knudsen in yellow and black. 24 plays 24. This is heat number 9. Up go the tapes, and the first to show is Tommy Knudsen, who leads into the bend. John Jorgensen was with him but fades to the background. The 2 Swedes now in minor positions. So Tommy K leads, Tommy Knudsen. Second place, Mikael Blitz, Henkel Gustafsson third, 1 lap gone. So Tommy Knudsen, who had a very, very bad back injury a couple of years ago in racing in Australia during the winter months, feared to be lost to World Speedway, but came back late last season, and then all of a sudden decided he was going to have a crack, and to the surprise of a lot of people, and all of a sudden Henkel Gustafsson comes alongside Tommy K and sweetly takes the lead. Has Tommy K got anything left? Gustafsson comes through with breathtaking ease. So on the final lap of heat number 9, Henkel Gustafsson comes from second to first, to the cheers and the delight of the Swedish crowd. And just as Denmark were getting a stranglehold on this match again, this Gustafsson says we're not finished yet. He takes a win. Tommy Knudsen is in second place and Mikael Blitz third. So 4-2 heat advantage to Sweden, which puts them back in front again. It's now 28 to Sweden, 26 to Denmark, and a good win from the back for this young fella in red who had such a dream World Final debut in Odsal Stadium last September. Henkel Gustafsson wins heat number 9. Let's take another look at this in slow motion. We see Tommy K just getting in a little bit of trouble, trying to get back onto the white line, but Gustafsson says, "No, sir, I'm there now. You've made your mistake." And from that moment onwards, Gustafsson had the win. So heat number 10 sees Per Jonsson ride in red in gate number 1. His partner Tony Rickardson in blue, gate 3. For the Danes, Hans Nielsen in white, gate 2, and Gert Hamburg, yellow-black, gate number 4. 26 plays 28 in Sweden's favour. This is heat number 10. Into the turn they roar, and Hans Nielsen is left for dead, so is Hamburg, and it's the Swedes who host pole positions 1 and 2, with Rickardson leading Per Jonsson. So Rickardson leads, Per Jonsson second. Well, Rickardson is trying his luck in England this year with the Ipswich Conowitches, and he really has set the world alight. And back in Sweden, he's doing very, very nicely indeed. And qualified only last weekend for reserve berth in the 2 World Championship semi-finals. With this fella in second place, coasting him around, the current world champion, he's safely through. So Jonsson in second place, Hans Nielsen third, and sadly for Denmark, Gert Hamburg in fourth. So all of a sudden, it looks like the old Swedes are going to get that 6-point advantage back again. And Bo Verbrand will be very, very pleased indeed with this after 10 races. So Rickardsson coming round in the blue helmet, he takes a win. Second place, more importantly, is Per Jonsson, his partner, and Hans Nielsen having to be content with third place. So a 5-1 heat advantage there to the 2 Swedes. The captain, Jonsson, shakes hands with the man that wins it. And now 6 points between the two sides after 10 heats. It's 33 to Sweden and 27 to Denmark, with 8 races still to go. So heat number 11 is next on the agenda. Henkel Gustafsson red and Mikael Blitz blue. Gustafsson on the outside, gate 4. Blitz on gate number 2. For Denmark, yellow Peterson, white, Brian Carger, yellow black. Carger 3, Peterson 1. This is heat 11. And so away is Gustafsson and Carger. Carger who leads. Has he taken Gustafsson out? He has indeed. And through comes Peterson. And are we in for a rare old battle here, because Peterson will be trying desperately to get his rider through to get another maximum heat win, and surely Gustafsson will have something to say. Carger on the outside in yellow black, Peterson on the inside in white. Just watch for Gustafsson in red, who will not be outshone by these two. Mikael Blitz is in 4th place and not out of things, but it's going to be very difficult to get through with 2 laps gone. Peterson with the inside line, Carger on the outside, and where's Carger going? He's now coming up the end. Terrible mistake by Brian Carger, and as that let Gustafsson in, Gustafsson comes down the outside of Brian Carger, and Brian Carger has made one almighty muck-up of heat number 11. Peterson now racing for the win. It's all a question of whether Blitz can pick off Carger. So around the final 2 bends of an eventful heat number 11, it's Jan Peterson that gets a win. Gustafsson 2nd place and Carger 3rd, and Carger changed lines from the outside to the inside, and no doubt Jan Peterson will be saying, what happened there, my boy? So Denmark still got a 4-2 heat advantage, but narrows the gap just to 6 points. 4 points, 35 to Sweden, 31 to Denmark, but it's all a question of what could have been if Carger had stayed with his partner. So heat number 12, Jimmy Nielsen red, Eric Stenman blue, Bo Peterson white, Tony Knudsen yellow black. A drive into the first turn, and the 2 Swedes are there, and so is Bo Peterson, but it's Stenlund and Jimmy Nielsen that lead. Stenlund with his nose in front, Bo Peterson coming in for a reserve outing, replacing John Jorgensen, who's been a little bit out of sorts, it's fair to say. And these 2 Swedes really revelling in conditions here. Eric Stenlund has been quite a surprise merchant, it's fair to say. The Screen Sport viewers will recognise this fella for, of course, the ice racing series. Won 2 world crowns at that. More noticeable in 1988 in Eindhoven, and who will ever forget that terrific scrap with Yuri Ivanov. But this is all about Shale at the moment in time. He's doing his part for his country. Jimmy Nielsen tucked in behind him, and Bo Peterson 3rd. And Sweden looking now to open up an 8-point lead, which they had early on in the meeting before the Danes came back. And it really has been some frantic speedway here at Malmo. But it's going to be Stenlund that gets the win. Jimmy Nielsen gets the 2nd place and Bo Peterson 3rd. So a 5-1 heat advantage to Sweden. They now increase their lead to 8 points. It's Sweden now on 40 and Denmark 32, and good old Eric Stenlund is the winner. So the scoreboard then, after 12 heats, Sweden's 40 is made up of Per Jonsson on 7 and 2 bonus, Tony Rickardsson 8, Henkel Gustafsson having a great scrap, he's on 10 points, getting all those points from the back, Mikael Blitz 2 points and a bonus, Jimmy Nielsen 4 and 2 bonus, and just under the trump card at number 6, Eric Stenlund 9 points and a great score. Connie Evensen still to be used by the Swedish team manager Bo Verbrand. It's difficult to see whereabouts he could be used for the side, having good scores all the way through. So let's take a look at Denmark then. 32 points, and it's a little bit low for Anders Nielsen, 6 and 2 bonus from him. Gerd Hamburg on 5, Jano Peterson playing his role on 10 points, Brian Carter certainly amongst the thick of things, 6 and a bonus, John Jorgensen 0, failed to score, Tommy Knudsen 3 and Bo Peterson 2. So join us for more Test Match Speedway from Malmo after the break.
Screen Sport. More choice. In the land where the rich and famous frolic, we go to the Montegel Golf Club for the Monte Carlo Open. With the 120th British Open 2 weeks away, the best from the world over use this tournament to finalise preparations for their assault on Royal Birkdale. The Monte Carlo Open Weekend Live. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 on Screen Sport.
We're asking these people who've already shaved about an hour ago to try the revolutionary new Brawn Flex Control.
I thought I shaved pretty well this morning.
We wanted to see how the new pivoting head and twin foils followed the contours of his face for a really close shave.
Taking some in the moustache area. I've probably taken bits where I missed some this morning.
Then we checked how much the brawn had taken off.
I didn't expect it to pick up quite that much.
Once you try it, we think you'll agree you haven't shaved till you've shaved with a brawn.
It's worth shaving with a new bra.
Die Nummer 1 im Sport, Sportbild.
Der große Ausverkauf. Sportbild bringt die Hintergründe über die Massenflucht der Bundesliga-Stars nach Italien und nennt die Fehler der Vereine.
Das exklusive Interview. Ein Jahr nach der Fußball-WM redet Franz Beckenbauer über seinen Nachfolger Berti Vogts und die Zukunft der deutschen Nationalelf.
Außerdem in Sportbild der komplette Spielplan der neuen Fußball-Bundesliga-Saison.
Sportbild. Jede Woche mit dem kompletten TV-Sportprogramm. Sportbild. Nur 1,20 Mark. Jetzt neu.
You're about to listen to the ultimate sound experience. Please be ready to order by phone. Synthesizer, the ultimate sound experience, is a special collection of contemporary themes from Oxygen to the eve of the war and beyond. Available on 4 albums, 4 cassettes or 4 compact discs. Digitally recorded music as it was meant to be heard. Including Chariots of Fire, the international hit Sadness. And Lily Was Here. Experience over 4 hours of brilliant synthesizer hits. This electrifying synthesizer collection is not available in any store and can only be ordered by phoning one of the following numbers now. Synthesizer. The ultimate sound experience comes with a full money-back guarantee, and please allow 21 days for delivery.
Clive Fisher welcoming you back to Malmo in Sweden for the final 6 heats of this third and final test match between Sweden and Denmark. And it's getting all fast and ferocious out there. 8 points between the two sides with 6 more heats to go, and let's see if Denmark can fight their way back into this test match. Well, the 2 scores so far in Holstad in Denmark on Monday evening, and the Danes are victorious by 63 points to 44. 2 days later, and last night in Vetlanda, Sweden coming back with a bang, 65 to 42 in their favour. But here in the peaceful setting of Malmo, in the south of Sweden, it's 40 plays, 32 in Sweden's favour, but still 6 heats to go, and the speedway has been superb, I'm sure you'll agree, so far. We're now on to heat number 13, which sees Henrik Gustafsson red and Connie Iversen coming in for a reserve ride, replacing Mikael Blitz. For Denmark, Hans Nielsen white, Gerd Hamburg in yellow black. So the crowd settle as we wait for heat 13 to get underway. The last one to come in is Gerd Hamburg. Starter Marshall's content, the green light goes on, the tapes rise, the bikes roar, into that bend they drive, and it's Iversen on the outside who leads, but Hamburg comes underneath him and takes it wide and looks for his partner who's there with him. Well, that manoeuvre has been used by Gerd Hamburg so efficiently throughout the course of this test match. Hamburg on gate 3 takes out gate 4, and Nielsen is in a little bit of trouble in second place. Hit one of the ruts on that turn and lost ground, but Connie Iversen is not able to make up ground, and Henrik Gustafsson back in 4th place, which is not good news for Sweden. But my word, how Gerd Hamburg manoeuvres that first and second turn and knows that his partner is coming through on the inside, but Hans Nielsen is now having to contend with Henrik Gustafsson in 3rd place. This could be where the battle lies now. As it gets fast and furious as we enter the final laps of heat number 13. Still Hamburg leads, Hans Nielsen second, and Henrik Gustafsson trying everything he knows to come through. But Gerd Hamburg, who'd done all the hard work on the first and second turn. He takes the flag for one more lap. Still Nielsen second. Has Gustafsson got anything left? And just when we were thinking of riding the Danes off, they're back in it. Around the final two turns, it's going to be Gert Hamburger gets them and just look and race the line. And as Henke Gustafsson got there in second place, Gert Hamburg takes the win, there's no doubt about that. But it's between Hans Nielsen and Henke Gustafsson. We'll wait to see what the announcer says. Take another look in slow motion at what happens here. Gustafsson comes up, Hamburg takes the win easily, but just look at those two collide. And we have to wait and see. The referee has decided that Hans Nielsen has got second place, so a 5-1 to Denmark, which brings those scores very, very close indeed. 41 to Sweden, 37 to Denmark, and are the Danes back in it? So heat number 14 next on the agenda. What some great scraps we're having here in Malmo. Jimmy Nielsen rides in red gate 1. His partner in gate 3 is Erik Stenlund, who's been superb throughout the course of this test match. Jano Peterson on the outside gate 4, and Brian Carger in yellow-black gate 2. That's the positions for heat number 14. Away they go, and the first one of the show is Jano Peterson and Erik Stenlund. And Peterson comes round the outside of Erik Stenlund, looks over his shoulder, sees that sadly for him, Brian Carger is in last place. Erik Stenlund riding superbly well here in Malmo, and Jimmy Nielsen tucked in third place behind him. So Jano Peterson, the Edelweiss sponsored rider, really has been mixing it superbly well. I mentioned to you earlier about the injury which has dogged this young rider for so long. A broken arm last season robbed him of a chance in the world final, and many people feel he could well be the Ken Rosewall of tennis and speedway, where he's never going to be lucky enough to win that world championship. If only he could get there, I'm sure that Jano Peterson will be a major threat in Gothenburg on August the 31st, when Screen Sport will yet again be bringing you coverage of the world's spectacular and premier event, the World Individual Speedway Championship. So Peterson, tiny Jano Peterson leads. Still it is Erik Stenlund second and Jimmy Nielsen third. So a drawn heat looking on the cards as Peterson takes the win. Second place for Stenlund, third place for Jimmy Nielsen. So it is in fact a drawn heat, sadly there for Peterson, his partner Brian Carger in fourth place. So 3 points to Sweden, 3 points to Denmark, and after 14 races it's Sweden on 44 and Denmark on 40. So heat number 15, and Bo Peterson being brought in by team manager Eric Gunnarsson in place of Tommy Kinnans. The full lineup: Per Jonsson red in gate number 4, his partner Tony Rickardson blue gate 2, John Jorgensen white gate 1, and Bo Peterson yellow-black gate 3. This is heat number 15. Away they drive from the start, and the first one to show is Bo Peterson in yellow-black. Bo Peterson coming in for reserve ride, and he's there, looks over his shoulder, and it's Rickardson who's with him. Per Jonsson third, and John Jorgensen tailed off, and look at Rickardson make up ground on Bo Peterson. So one lap gone, and Peterson leads. Rides for Vetlanda, of course, in the Swedish Elite League, and Arena Essex in Division 2 back in England. A great stalwart with England for so many years with the Hackney Hawks, where he was so fast and furious, and still very mean on that machine, as you can see in heat number 15. So Bo Peterson leads. Tony Rickardson second and Per Jonsson third. And it looks likely that heat number 15 is going to be another drawn race, which will mean just 4 points separating the two sides with 3 heats to go. And we're in for a real humdinger here in Malmo. Around the final two bends of heat 15. And Bo Peterson, little Bo Peep as he was known in London, he gets the win. Second place for Rickardson, third place for Per Jonsson. So heat number 15 is a drawn race, 3 points to Sweden, 3 to Denmark, and with 3 heats remaining, just 4 points between the two sides. It's Sweden 47 and Denmark 43. Still all to ride for here in Malmo. So there we see the riders then going into the pits. Per Jonsson, I'm sure, knows the position now with 3 heats remaining. 47 for Sweden. Per Jonsson 8 to 3 bonus. Tony Rickardson 10. Henke Gustafsson having a very good test match on the 11. Mikael Blitz not quite so good, 2 and 1 bonus. Jimmy Nielsen 5 and 3 bonus. Eric Stenlund, superb form for Eric Stenlund, 11 points, and Connie Evenson failed to score in his 1 outing. So the Danish score, 43 points, Hans Nielsen 8 and 3 bonus, Gert Hamburg 8, Janno Petersen 13, Brian Carger 6 and a bonus, and then the 5 and 6 not doing too well. John Jorgensen failed to score, and Tommy Kay on 3 points. Bo Peterson could have a say in the remainder of this test match. Well, it's still all to ride for. Join us for the conclusion after the break.
Screen Sport. More sport, more choice. The skill and flair of South America's top footballers. The 28th Copa America takes place in Chile with unrivaled coverage on Screen Sport of all 26 matches. Starting with a double bill. Chile against Venezuela and Paraguay versus Peru. Saturday at 7:45 on Screen Sport.
Spend time on shampoo and conditioner? Take 2 bottles into the shower? Not me. I just want to wash my hair and go. So I use Vidal Sassoon Wash and Go. Salon shampoo plus complete conditioner in 1 bottle. Vidal Sassoon Wash and Go. Leaves my hair clean, fully conditioned and easy to manage. Shampoo and conditioner? Not me. Now I just wash and go.
Salon shampoo and complete conditioner in 1. Vidal Sassoon Wash and Go.
Waxing and polishing your car is a chore, but not anymore. K-Tel introduced Luster 7, a concentrated polymer solution. Simply apply a few dabs with a damp cloth and look, a fantastic luster finish within minutes that lasts up to a year. Extensive tests have shown Luster 7's protective strength is second to none. Look, burning lighter fuel. Luster 7 protects. Ultraviolet rays, salt, ice, snow and all weather conditions. Luster 7 protects. Now look, those burn marks just wipe away. This is acid eating through metal, but still Luster 7 protects. Tar is always difficult to clean. Luster 7 removes tar, rust and insects in only a few seconds. Easy on and easy off. Luster 7 cleans and polishes your chrome so fast and so easily. Laboratory tests prove that even after 50 washes on a car treated with Luster 7, the water still beads. Luster 7 contains non-stick Teflon. You rely on Teflon to protect your cookware, now use it to protect your car, boat or motorhome. Luster 7 is not available in any stores, so stand by to make a note of how to order. With this special TV offer, you get not 1 but 2 bottles of Luster 7, enough to give your car a superb luster finish for up to 2 years. You can place your order in all these European countries. Simply call the number shown. Austria, Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, France, Great Britain, Greece, Ireland, Norway, Holland, Sweden and Finland. Luster 7 comes with a full money-back guarantee. Call now and your Luster 7 will be on its way.
Welcome back to Malmo. Clive Fisher at the realms for this final 3 heats of this 3rd and final test match between Sweden and Denmark. Just 4 points between the two sides. Sweden on 47, Denmark 43. The riders, the Danes coming out there to cheer on their riders. There you see Gert Hamburg in yellow black, who's done such sterling work to get his partners through to the front. The full lineup for heat number 16 sees Jimmy Nielsen riding red for Sweden. His partner in blue is Eric Stenlund. And for the Danes, Hans Nielsen in white and Gert Hamburg yellow and black. So 47 plays, 43 in Sweden's favour, and just 3 heats to go, and this is being a real cracker. The green light now goes on, and up go the tapes and into that Tournai race, and Jimmy Nielsen and Stenlund, and Hans Nielsen drives around the outside of the pair of them. So Hans Nielsen leads, Eric Stenlund second, Jimmy Nielsen third, and Gert Hamburg is left for dead at the moment. So as it stands, this will be another drawn heat, and it's getting very, very nervy out there. The Swedes have taken an 8-point lead twice and just can't shake the Danes off. Hamburg now trying the outside line over Jimmy Nielsen. Nielsen keeps looking over his shoulder to see what's happening behind him with 2 laps gone. So Hans Nielsen, the old Toyota boy from the world of Speedway. But the Swedes are tucked in nicely behind him. Stenlund in blue, Jimmy Nielsen red. But Hamburg is going to have to do something special, or one of these two make a mistake as we now go on the final lap of heat number 16. Nielsen leads, still down the back straight. Surely set for 3 points for his country. Of course, he's captain. Jimmy Nielsen on the inside of Eric Stenlund. Team riding around the final 2 bends. And it's going to be Hans Nielsen's win, no doubt. But just look at a race to the line. Jimmy Nielsen, who has engine problems, cruel luck as he comes out of the fourth turn, and Gerd Hamburg comes through to take third place. So a 4-2 heat advantage to Denmark in heat number 16, and that narrows the gap to just 2 points. It's now Sweden 49, Denmark 47, and there we see Jimmy Nielsen coming out of the final turn. Nothing there to play with at that time. Gerd Hamburg sees him drift out wide and comes through, and the riders coming out on the track saying what exactly has gone wrong. Jimmy Nielsen there in some considerable discomfort. We wonder if his chain's come off. His father Oyvind is with him. It looks to me as though his chain probably came off and smacked him on the back of the leg. We keep our fingers crossed. Of course, it's a nasty act. That chain is going at a fair few revs. But the stretcher's there. We just keep our fingers crossed that Jimmy Nielsen can walk back to the pits unaided by that. The Swedish rider's coming out to check on him, and yes, there he is. Now living these days in Swindon, England. Married an English girl, settled in England, but comes from Stockholm. Telling other riders what happened. And on the back of his leathers it says no problem. But never mind, it's Denmark who are back into this test match. That 4-2 heat advantage by Nielsen and Hamburg. 49 plays 47, so 2 points between the two sides with 2 heats to go. This is heat 17, Per Jonsson red, Tony Rickardsson blue, Jan Peterson white, Brian Carger yellow black. This is heat 17. Up go the tapes, the bike's revving. Brian Carger gets a superb start from gate 3, so Carger leads. Can he hold on to the lead from Per Jonsson, who's now on the inside of him? So Jonsson takes the inside line, and Per Jonsson's come through on Brian Carger, and now Carger comes back on Jonsson. 1 lap gone, the lead already changed hands twice, and this is turning out to be one hell of a test match. One that will live in the memories for a long, long time. Carger leads, and all of a sudden Jonsson goes out wide, and through comes Jano Peterson and Tony Rickardsson. They both tangle, and Jonsson manages to hang on still. And that moment, Peterson is tailed back in fourth position, now comes through again over Tony Rickardsson. And lead and minor places are changing hands so often. Still it is Carger that leads, Per Jonsson second, and Jano Peterson third. And Tony Rickardsson trailing in 10, and this will bring the scores level. If they can hold on, and it's a race to the line, but just Jonsson manages to hold on to second place. So Brian Carger getting his second win of the night, but more importantly for Denmark, his partner is in third place, and at the end of 17 races it couldn't be any closer. Sweden on 51 and Denmark also on 51, and we've got all to play for here on Screen Sport, and the script writers just couldn't have wrote a better script, could they? One race to go and the scores locked together at 51 points apiece. So Eric Gunderson just having a few words with his riders. Tommy Knudsen in yellow and black, Bo Peterson in white for Denmark, and there with a lot of pressure on his shoulders for Sweden is Henkel Gustafsson. His partner is Mikael Blitz in blue. So it's 3 points for a win, 2 for second, 1 for third. So really, a first and a third to any club, any nation is going to give them victory and overall success in this test match series. And then it's going to be calculators out to see what the overall scores are over the 3 test matches to try and split these two nations. So evenly balanced. This, ladies and gentlemen, is heat number 18. 51 points to Sweden, 51 to Denmark. Henkel Gustafsson red, gate 3. Mikael Blitz blue, gate 1. Bo Peterson white, gate 2. And Tommy Knudsen yellow and black, gate number 4. And away they drive. And into the turn is Bo Peterson, and Gustafsson drives in there. Gustafsson leads for Sweden. Second place is Tommy Kay. Tommy Knudsen now coming up alongside Gustafsson and takes the lead. Tommy Knudsen has come through. Gustafsson second. Bo Peterson third. So Denmark are going to snatch victory if it stays this way from the claws of defeat earlier on. Tommy Kay leads. Gustafsson second. Peterson third. And Blitz in fourth place. 2 laps gone, and Tommy Kay coming from the back for Denmark over Henrik Gustafsson. Bo Peterson third, which is very, very important position in this race. Henrik Gustafsson trying everything he knows to make up a bit of ground on Tommy Kay, with 1 more lap to go in this crucial heat number 18, and the pace is getting fast and furious as Gustafsson comes up to mount a challenge on Tommy Kay and drives around the outside of it. It's Henrik Gustafsson who takes the lead. Gustafsson round the final two bends of the final heat in Malmo takes the lead and wins this very important race. So Henrik Gustafsson comes through to take the win for Sweden. For Denmark, it's Tommy Kay second and Bo Peterson third. So after 18 heats of epic speedway here in Malmo, the scores are locked together at 54 points to Sweden, 54 to Denmark. And we have to hold our hats off to this young fella. Tremendous skill as he came around the outside of Tommy Knudsen to get the win, which keeps Sweden in the hunt. That means that this test match ends in a draw. So congratulations to Henrik Gustafsson. He must be thrilled with life as the Swedish riders come out and pat him on the back.
That was a very tight meeting.
Yes, a bit too tight for comfort, but good for the crowd, although there wasn't that many people here. But it does show that, you know, Sweden and Denmark are very even at the moment, and I think we saw an incredible meeting today. There was some good racing, track was a little tricky, there was a few grooves here and there, but no crashes, so there was some good racing and a good meeting.
Yeah, how important is it? I mean, between Denmark and Sweden now, this freeway, it seems to be more and more prestigious, this one.
Well, obviously now that Sweden has become, you know, very strong the late few years, then obviously it is very prestigious, and it also, you know, it's always a question also who of the Nordic countries like Sweden, Denmark, how many places do you get in the Nordic final and so on, and of course the better you do, the more places you get in the Nordic final also, so that's also very important.
Yeah, I hear there's a big debate going on over that at the moment.
It is, yes, and now that the series was even, then obviously I think we should say the same, and we'll have the same places next year.
So then we should still have one more, you think?
Yeah, sure.
What is that?
Well, so to speak.
So Hans Nielsen laughing and cheerful as he always is, but the riders coming out and shaking hands, and it's nice to see the two nations mixing at the end of these three fabulous test matches. And it is, the scoreboard reads 54 points apiece, and the 54 for Sweden are made up with Per Jonsson 10 and 3 bonus, Tony Rickardsson 10, Henrik Gustafsson, what a terrific race in heat number 18, he ends up on 14, Mikael Blitz 2 and a bonus, Jim Nielsen 5 and 3 bonus, and Eric Sten, Sweden's trump card, on 13, Connie Everson failing to score, total 54. For Denmark it is Hans Nielsen 11 and 3 bonus, Gerd Hamburg rode superbly well on 9, Janno Peterson 14, Brian Cargart 9 on a bonus, John Jorgensen failed to score, Tommy Knudsen rode his heart out in heat number 18, he got 5 points, and Bo Peterson 6 and 1 bonus, total 54. So after the three test matches, the aggregate scores read Sweden 163 and Denmark 159, so just 4 points on aggregate over the three test matches. On behalf of Tommy Randers and Transmission and TV and Media, this is Clive Fisher as always for Screen Sport, saying goodbye and God bless from Malmo in Sweden.